My name is Jennifer Smith. I've been married for 7 years and have 3 kids, with the oldest being 6. My husband is indifferent to household matters. He doesn't help at all with the kids. In fact, he yells when he comes home to find dinner not ready. He gets irritable and takes it out on the kids too. No matter how tough it looks for me, how busy or tired I am, my husband thinks it's natural for the wife to do all the household work. Before we married, he was kind and would indulge my whims. I thought I'd be happy with him, but his true nature revealed itself in less than 6 months. It's surprising how well he hid it. But now, being married with 3 kids, I think this is what most housewives go through. That's why I've endured it. However, my role isn't limited to being a mother. There's also the issue of caring for my mother-in-law. We started living with her 4 years after we got married. After my father-in-law passed away, she moved in with us, and since then, she has been a constant demand, complaining of pains here and there. Regardless of whether I'm cleaning or looking after the kids. She gets angry if I don't put her needs first. When I call you, why don't you come? As a daughter-in-law, you should prioritize your mother-in-law's needs. But with small kids, she could be a bit patient, right? This breeds resentment. You should be grateful you married into this family. A mother-in-law's word is law, he says, and sometimes, things get thrown in anger. However, 2 years into our living together, I realized that my mother-in-law's complaints weren't just whims. When I finally convinced her to go to the hospital, we discovered she was ill. I see, so when she complained about this pain and that, there was actually a reason behind it. So now, I have the added role of accompanying her to the hospital, managing 3 kids and soothing my mother-in-law on these trips. By the time I return home, I'm exhausted and just want to lie down for a bit, but that's not allowed. I once begged my husband for help in this overwhelming situation. Why should I have to do it? You're the housewife, aren't you? You're not working, you have a stress-free life at home. It shouldn't be a big deal for you. Don't rely on me for everything, he yelled. His utter lack of understanding makes me regret marrying him to the point of tears, though I try not to cry. You know, being a housewife isn't a real job. You're just doing what's expected. I'm the one who has a tough job, earning money every day. If you think being a housewife is hard, then why don't you work in my place? With such unreasonable demands, I lose the energy to even respond. Everything is my fault, according to my husband, and I've grown increasingly tired of this. But I remind myself that he has it tough too. He makes sacrifices we don't see. I try to convince myself of this. However, it seems like he does whatever he wants. On his days off, he goes out in the morning, spends time at casinos, or goes drinking with colleagues after work. He's been coming home later and later, to the point where I suspect infidelity. But doubting only brings more pain. So, I focus on getting through each day. Eventually, though, there's a breaking point, and I felt something snap inside me. I just can't take it anymore. I'm so done. I had decided not to divorce for the kids' sake, but even that resolve seemed to crumble. And before I knew it, I found myself clutching a divorce paper. That night, I waited for my late-coming husband. He returned tipsy, undressing from the entrance all the way to the living room. Normally, I'd pick up after him, but not that day. Hey! Where's dinner? I laid out the cold side dishes and served rice. What's this? It's cold. Well, what do you expect when you come home at this hour? What? I'm working hard for you guys, and this is how you talk to me? Thanks for that. But, you know, I've reached my limit. Saying this, I placed the divorce paper, with my name filled in under wife, on the table. Sign this. I'm just so fed up. My husband looked at me in surprise, but I just shut my mouth after saying that. What would he say? Would he ask me to reconsider, to try again? Or would he just sign it in silence? But he did neither. Instead, he laid out his conditions. Fine, divorce. But you're taking the kids. I'll keep the house and car as alimony. The house was bought after our kids were born. A home we chose, believing in a future together. I thought he should be the one to leave, considering the kids. But no, he was saying I should go. And calling it alimony. I felt frustration, but as I watched him sign, I felt a clarity in my heart. Taking my belongings, I returned to my parents' house, where they welcomed me. They listened to my story silently, praising me for enduring so long. I didn't want to burden my aging parents, but returning to their home brought tears to my eyes. At my parents', I began a peaceful life. A life without getting scolded by my mother-in-law, without having to cater to his moods. How comfortable it is. I worried the kids might feel sad about the divorce, but leaving that house seemed to free them. Before, the slightest noise would bring a scolding from my mother-in-law, and the kids would quiet down. Now, they could be noisy, run around, and nobody scolded them. No interruptions during our time together. I should have made this decision sooner. I'm so happy now. Then one day, my ex-husband called. Seeing his name on my phone, I didn't want to answer. But he kept calling, again and again. Even with the sound off, he kept calling. The vibration from my phone on the table buzzed, signaling to me that he was calling. Annoying. I shoved the phone under my bed, leaving it for a while. When I checked later, over 100 missed calls. Crazy, what's all this? I thought, perhaps it's something important, and finally answered. Then I heard my ex, Kyle, sounding frantic. Ah, finally realized, huh? I thought. There must be a ton of problems now that I'm gone. I thought he finally noticed. But first, my ex-husband Kyle started scolding me. What the hell? Why didn't you answer the phone? I'm busy, can't help it. Busy doing what? You're probably just playing around. We're divorced, you know? I have to work too. That's why I'm busy. You're working? Yes, I am. If I didn't, we couldn't eat, right? What kind of job are you doing? It must be just a part-time job, right? There's no way you could handle a real job. If you called just to say such mean things, I'm hanging up. No, that's not it. What's this about the loan not being paid? What loan? The loan for this house. Why isn't it being paid? Oh, that one. Not oh, that one. Why isn't it being paid? Well, obviously, because I didn't put money in the account. If I don't deposit, it won't get paid. Where's that money? Where's the money to deposit? You'll have to deposit it from your salary. Why didn't you make sure it was done? I used to deposit every month when your salary came. But if I put in my salary, there's hardly anything left, right? Exactly, your salary is too little. How are you managing until now? You wouldn't understand even if I told you. How much I saved, scraping by every cent. Even if I taught you, you wouldn't get it, right? If you could do it, there's no way I couldn't. Oh, really? Then you should try it. The saving that you looked down upon. Damn! Mocking me! If you had just deposited the money properly, this wouldn't have happened. I'm telling you there was no money to deposit because your salary was too low, but you don't get it. Damn it. Ah, I'll show you. If you could do it, there's no way I can't. Just you watch. And with that, Kyle hung up. Looking at the disconnected phone, I was laughing. If you can do it, then go ahead. If you can, that is. This is just the beginning. A few days later, I got another call from my ex-husband Kyle. Although he interrupted me playing with the kids, I was curious about what he'd realized this time and answered. Hey! It's me! Which me is this? You don't know who I am? If it's a scam, I'm not falling for it. Idiot! It's Kyle. Oh, Kyle. You know, you and I are strangers now. Even if you say it's me, a stranger like me wouldn't know. After all, I'm trying to erase all memories of being married to you. What? So, what is it this time? I'm playing with the kids, so make it quick. What do you mean playing? I am playing. You wouldn't understand since you've never looked after the kids. Pretty high and mighty, aren't you? I'm going through a lot here. Really? Yeah, I guess I am in a pretty good position now, thanks to the divorce. Damn. I'm having a hard time every day. I know, I went through that too. So, what is it today? Mom's driving me crazy. Oh my, calling your own mother noisy, that's pretty harsh. Disrespectful to parents. What's wrong with calling something noisy, noisy? It's your parent, not mine. So, what's so noisy? She keeps saying this hurts, that hurts when I get back from work. Well, she has a mouth to say. She tells me to rub her legs, then says her back hurts. I rub her back, then it's her legs again. And she yells at me for being bad at massaging. Just like you, isn't it? She says your massaging was better. I did it for a long time. You'll get better at it eventually. No joke. I work. I come back from work and have to hear all this. Plus, she takes up all my time and then yells about dinner not being ready. Yeah, that's how it was. I tell her to wait because I'm busy, but she won't. What the hell is that? She's a parent. You said it yourself. When I talked about your mom, you said a housewife should be able to do that. You're a child too, so you should be able to do it, right? But I'm working. Well, it doesn't matter to a stranger like me. It's natural to work and care at the same time. You were a stay-at-home mom. You had plenty of time. You don't have small kids. I had 3 little ones, being chased around, looking after them and your mom, all while watching your mood. Compared to that, you're just working. What? By the way, is the loan okay? If you can't pay, you'll lose the house. I know. I paid the loan, that's why I have no money. No matter how much I save, there's no money. Yeah, it's tough, huh? Do you appreciate what a housewife does a bit now? How could I understand? A stay-at-home mom is just like an unproductive couch potato, right? Oh, really? Seems like you still haven't suffered enough. What do you mean not enough suffering? She calls me even when I'm in the bath. Even when I'm on the toilet doing my business. I've been constipated lately because of it. Oh, really? How sad. What? When I said that, what did you say? Hold it in, you said. Just hold it in. And about the bath, you said one doesn't die from not bathing. Just don't bathe then. How can I not bathe? I'm not just at home. You didn't have to because you were at home. What about the toilet? Even if you're at home, you use the toilet. But who comes to the bath when you're in it? She did. Even when I was in it, she was the most important. She didn't care if the kids got cold from waiting. She even opens the toilet door? Just lock it. I did. Then she banged on the door so hard, she broke it. How strong is she? Amazing. But it was the same when I did it every single day. That's why I asked for your help, but you never helped. That's because you were a stay-at-home mom? Yes. No joke. Being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean you're a magician. That's true, but I was on duty 24/7, 365 days, taking care of your mom, the kids, and you. Now it's like heaven. Damn. And here I am suffering because of you. Oh dear, are you going to stop now? When I said divorce, you signed without thinking, right? It's your own decision. I'm having a hard time. There are many things you don't understand until you do them yourself. Hey, she's calling again. What should I do? What about that pain thing with mom? How do I stop it? Give her painkillers. There are no painkillers. Why aren't there any painkillers? You have to go to the hospital and get medication. If you don't, of course, you'll run out. Were you going to the hospital? Whoa, new info. I said it was hard to go to the hospital, but you didn't listen at all, did you? Amazing how you can ignore your wife's words, almost a talent. Can't help it. I was tired. I was more tired. I barely had any time to sleep. Are hospitals only open on weekdays? Obviously. What am I supposed to do? I have work. Yeah, I know. It was hard for me too. Taking the kids and soothing your mom to the hospital. When we got back, I was exhausted, but couldn't rest. It was hell. Hey! Can you help me out? What? You must be joking. I have a job too. I'm not a stay-at-home mom, so it's impossible. Can't you do something about it? I have work too. I don't care. I have to support the kids. An ex-husband who doesn't pay child support. I don't have time to play. But you said you were playing. That's part of being a mother. Can you please stop? The kids are asking to play, so I'm hanging up. Damn. Heartless. Better use the toilet before you really need to. Kyle hung up before he even finished listening to my last cheerful words. He must have been really upset. I'm sure he'll still face many troubles. He never did anything until now, after all. I smirked, thinking about how fun it's going to be from now on. Sure enough, the next day, he called again. Hey, what the hell is this? Apparently, my ex-husband still hadn't grasped that we were divorced. What do you mean? He said he asked Mom why she was turning the house upside down. She said a thief had broken in. Oh really? When he asked what was missing, she said her wallet. But when he checked the dresser she hadn't searched yet, it was neatly tucked under some clothes. Ah, yes, that happens. You knew? Sort of. And the other day, she pooped in my bed. That happens too. Why? She says she didn't do it. What's going on? That's because I told you she's got dementia. Eh? Oh, is this new information? I told you about it, didn't I? I didn't know. That's just because you weren't listening. There's no way my mom has dementia. If you think so, that's fine. She can still shop on her own. She never gets lost outside. Isn't there a lot of milk in the fridge? Yes, there is. She keeps buying milk, even though we have it. There are like 10 bottles. No one even drinks milk. That's a symptom of dementia too. No way. My mom with dementia? She's human, and she's getting older. She lost your dad and endured the loneliness. Isn't it odd to think she couldn't have it? Don't insult my mother. Kyle clearly didn't want to believe what I was saying. But as I talked about the symptoms I saw in his mother, he realized they matched what he was seeing. He must have looked it up while we were talking. Gradually, he began to believe what I was saying wasn't a lie, and his anxiety grew. No way! If she has dementia? Yes, she does. Who's going to take care of her? You are. I have a job. Good luck with that. I have to work. How am I supposed to take care of her? There's no use complaining, right? No, it's different. I can't believe this. My mom can't have dementia. It's your fault. You must have done something terrible to her. That's why she's like this. Seriously, you're hopeless. Now's not the time for denial. Shut up. And then the call suddenly ended. Ah, serves him right. Kyle's calls quieted down for about a week. I thought it was over. But there must be more he needs to learn, and when he does, he'll call again, screaming. I was looking forward to his hysterical cries. And sure enough, he called again. This time, it was about something he found out when he took her to the hospital. I went to the hospital. Oh? Why are the meds so expensive? Well, that's something you should ask the hospital, not me. That hospital is like a rip-off bar, isn't it? It's a hospital, not a bar. Thanks to that, I don't have any money left for fun. Oh, you had money for fun. That's common, isn't it? Of course, I'm good at saving. I cut down on food expenses a lot. Does that mean you're also cutting down on your mother's food? Obviously. She's just sleeping all day. She could almost do without eating. That's terrible. If I can't have fun, what am I supposed to live for? It's my hard-earned money. Even if you save for fun, you don't have time for it, do you? Yeah, that's the real problem. So I thought about it. I had a bad feeling about these constant calls from my ex-husband Kyle, like he was venting stress. If you come back, everything will be solved. What kind of logic is that? You should just do it. You say you're working, but you're always just playing with the kids. That means you don't really have a job, right? If you stay like this, you won't be able to raise the kids, right? That would be a problem, wouldn't it? So, I'll allow you to come back. What a delusional thought. Look, I divorced you because I hated that life. Being at the mercy of your mood, taking care of your mother, having no time for myself. Why would I come back to that? No matter what you say, you need me. It's tough being alone. You need someone who brings in money. It's give and take. So, come back. I refuse. What? Also, I never said this before. No matter how much you save, if you feed your mother and kids properly, there's no way your salary would cover it. You must have borrowed from lenders, right? How did you know that? Otherwise, there wouldn't be enough even for food. Then how did you manage? Well, I was earning in my spare time. How? I'm a somewhat known blogger. What's that? I write a blog and earn from ads. I still do. I make more than enough compared to your salary. I'm not struggling at all after the divorce. Only you are. So that's how you did it? Yes. I was practically paying the whole house loan every month. So that's it. Then it's simple. Come back, take care of the house, and keep doing your blog thing. Huh? Then our house will flourish, and I'll be free from Mom. Stop joking. I wouldn't return to that life for you, not even a bit. Why so cold? I'm struggling here. You should struggle. You deserve it for being so selfish. I don't want to hear any more of your ridiculous proposals. I'm blocking you. Why? Come back and help me. Kyle was desperately shouting, but I hung up and blocked him. It really was the final goodbye. Serves you right. I exclaimed joyfully. Kyle, knowing I was making money from blogging, thought he could do it too. He started a blog but had no idea what to write. He just uploaded uninteresting photos, attracting no audience or ad revenue. He even begged friends and colleagues to read his blog. But it was a drop in the ocean. He kept posting photos for the few readers he had. I'm registered as a reader, but I doubt he'll ever earn ad revenue. Just when I thought that, I heard about his mother. She was as unreasonable as ever, screaming alone in the daytime until the police came. After that day, Kyle started missing work often. Even when he went, his mother would call and yell at his workplace. He was sent home early many times, and finally, the company let him go. Now jobless, he couldn't repay his loans and the house was put up for sale. It seems he's stuck in a quagmire he can't escape alone. Every time I hear about his situation, I feel vindicated. I'm enjoying my days with the kids now.